YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back in Total War Attila, where we're going to continue the legendary campaign. Give me just a second, I'm going to flip over to the chat, make sure I have that set up on my other screen. And I'm actually going to Alt-Tab it this time so that I don't close all my windows. So, yeah, people keep demanding that I invade Gaul. I've seen that in the chat, and why? It's nothing but allies right now. I mean, that would just make like a whole bunch of senseless wars for me that might be more difficult than you think. But yes, there's other places where I can conquer, and I need to get started. So I will be working on that. Someone else mentioned Herculane Senores. Will they be in the stream? I hope so. I definitely hope so. Good morning, everybody. Wow, there's a bunch of people in here. Bunch of people. Good. Glad to see you all here. And let me just go ahead and lay down some one quick statement. So the last couple times, apparently the chat has gotten rather poisonous in terms of content. So I'm just going to give you fair warning right now. If the chat turns into some discussion about politics, immigration, racism, religion, or something else that has nothing to do with the game, then I'm going to be quite likely to ban you from the chat or the event altogether. I can't do it perfectly because I'm watching this, but I will from time to time check the chat, so please don't turn the chat into something it doesn't need to be. Let's actually talk about the game or something else fun, not something stupid. I think all of us have to hear enough politics all the time. At least this should be a break from it. So yeah, let's not go down that road. Anyway, hello everybody. Seeing hello from where's everybody from this morning? You want to chime in? Let me know what countries we got involved or states or whatever it is. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Really excited to be on here with you. I love streaming. I really do. I wish I could do this kind of thing every day. And I can probably stream almost every day. It would just be at a time where a lot of you can't join because it would be nighttime central daylight savings. So yeah, that would probably be the reason why a lot of you wouldn't be involved. The Sneaky Scoopers Society says Hemlock. Sorry for the poisonous comments. I like it. That's okay. So that's the kind of poisonous comment that would not get you in trouble. Sneaky Scooper, I like it. Always glad to see that my viewers have a good sense of humor. So let's see. Inspire Populace. I don't really know what else to make this guy. We'll give him Preach Doom. We got a lot of stuff to do here. Sextus is out here making his men get like a whole bunch. We got someone on from Mars. Rick Quadrio. Man, that's awesome. I didn't even know we had anybody up there. Are you that most interesting man in the world from the Dos Equis commercial since he was on the one-way mission to Mars? I just have to ask. Australia, Italy, Illinois, England, Norway, Sydney. Bromania, I like it. That's a good place. San Diego, also a good place. Thailand, Wales, Hong Kong. Make the chat great again. That's right. Get on. I like the way you think. They make the chat great again. The chat's always great. There may be a few people who kind of wreck it up a little, but the chat's always great. I tend to be happy with a lot of the comments I get. I don't want you all to take that as like I'm annoyed or something by the chat, because typically there's a ton of people in the chat having a lot of fun, and that's part of what makes these streams fun, in my opinion. We all get to get on here and enjoy some fun time. Let's see, we've already done the military training. +4 to the replenishment rate would be really awesome. And then we'll probably maybe unlock Call to Arms. I'm trying to think what we should conquer next, and I'll wait and get a little bit of feedback from you all. I mean, when you look at what there is to conquer, there's a couple of little one-off provinces up here that need pacified. So, like, for instance, the Geats, they need a bit of a beating, and I'm going to send my navy over that way, possibly with an army to help do so. But, I mean, all of the Alamans and Swaby are my allies, so turning on them right now would be kind of pointless. It seems like we should probably turn elsewhere. There's a bunch of people over here in the Balkans that are not my friends, and part of me is thinking about grabbing the Balkans, but of course that brings me closer to the Sassanids and other people who are, potentially my enemies here. But it also brings me closer to Constantinople, and I really, really want to retake Constantinople. That would make for an epic siege battle. So I don't know. Give me some thoughts. I mean, eventually I'm going to betray these people over here. I mean, that's not a question. Eventually I will, and I will take their land. I just don't see now as being the right time to do that. Unfortunately for me, the East Roman Empire has like resurged and is trying to take back some of its stuff. Otherwise, I was about to capture Egypt to be able to have a good place to put some pressure on the Eastern empires, but keep in mind, too, I only have 10 armies, and unless I download another mod, I can't break that. So, yes, I'm limited to 10 armies at this point. Let's check on the Herculani Signoria situation. This cavalry compound is almost finished, which means that my infantry compound here is almost finished. Infantry compound. I'm trying to think. If I build the infantry compound, I've also got the skirmisher barracks here. If we go to military recruitment, infantry, skirmisher, cavalry, military upgrades, here we go. We have the Royal Armory, which gives 15% armor to all units and shield upgrades. We've got the Siege Workshop, which would give extra fletching, so it's a lot of extra ammunition for missile units, but not huge. Master Weaponsmith gives 15% melee damage for all recruits, which is kind of interesting as well. And it comes at the cost of Squalor, essentially. Now, in this province, Squalor would be a bit of an issue, just because I don't have the... well, Squalor wouldn't be the issue. The public order might be the issue because I don't have a Roman, religious building here. I could tear down the governor's estate, though, and put the religious building. But, I mean, we may actually lose some public order over that. I think. City religion. See, yeah, the top end of this stuff is 10, and right now we're getting 13 out of the governor's estate. So that would not improve the public order. But this one in the end gives us +5 sanitation to all provinces. We're right now very in the positive, so it might make the most sense to get rid of these sewers and turn that into the Roman religious building, and then we could do the master weaponsmith here. Because if we, just rank this stuff up, basically we can get tons of extra benefits from this. Trying to think what would be the best. Enables priest. 20% from cultural buildings would probably be the best because we have the theater and the governor's mansion there. So I think maybe switching that one out and upgrading to this would be the best. And we get +8 sanitation to all regions in the province. So it would make up for any sanitation need that I have. At least I think it would. This one's giving me a 9 bonus in this province. So current squalor is 7. And if I got a 8 bonus, it would cover... Well, it would barely cover what I have now. So yeah, I don't know. This may be an issue in this province, trying to figure that out, because we have squalor from these fishing jetties as well. I don't know if we can fit that master weaponsmith into here without ticking off the populace or not. Or tipping the food balance off. We've got 100 extra food at the moment. I do have the sheep pen over here. It's providing 70 food. So, I mean, we could ditch it, upgrade the military wars, but that's just going to be more squalor. So, I mean, there's lots of trade-offs here. And I think that the small city version of the... I think the small city version of that sanitation chain uses food as well. So I don't know. We'll kind of figure that out. I mean, it would be nice to have that type of building, but I'm just going to think about my options there for a little bit. I am going to go ahead and upgrade cattle herds here in Londinium. Not really sure why the public order is probably down because of this Caledonian crap stack is doing some raiding on me. And let's see. My guys are free to move. I'm going to go ahead and move this stack down here. They'll take a little bit of winter attrition doing it, but it's okay. And we still need to chase down this Pictish crap stack up there. And then we've got this Caledonian stack that needs to be hunted down and removed. So I wonder if that Caledonian stack's going to run. Now watch. I'm going to put this... You can see my zone of influence clearly controls that crossing point. Let's see what happens. I have my own theory as what's going to happen. Let's see. So we're repairing. Can't build that yet, so I'm going to wait. Chieftain's Hold I don't need. And then a goat barn, like a level 4 goat barn. This doesn't seem like it's very useful. I'm just going to tear it down. Okay. I think we've got that stuff handled. Let's go down and check out. Actually, we've got a lot more buildings to upgrade here, and this is where we should be spending our money. We'll do the auditorium. And then I'm thinking of maybe, let's see, a tabernae, scriptorum. Tabernae doesn't eat any food, so I'm going to go ahead and go down that route. And let's go ahead and let's try and handle the governor's mansion. So there we go. That'll work for now. We still need to chase down this Visigoth stack that's playing Ring Around the Rosies with me. So what I'm going to do is actually move... I think I'm going to move this stack down here to intercept them. And then I'll just move this stack around in behind them, so we'll trap the Visigoths there. This fleet is almost within striking distance, but the Visigoths are kind of just sitting out here being stupid. So I have no intention of sailing out into an attrition zone. I still can't do a wine market because of the research I need, and the research I'm trying to finish gets me here, basically, where I can have the highest level skirmisher compound and military port as well. And we're only 4 turns away from it, so we should probably stick to that. So I think we're in good shape. Ring around the Sicily, that's correct, Graham. Salty Carthage. It is the right place to get your salted pork, your salty attitudes, all that kind of stuff. So I think that, I mean, there's probably certainly some upgrades that I can run in some of my provinces with some of the money I have. But let's just check it out. Italy, I wanted to get some more growth so I can put a religious building there to offset upgrading all the rest of my farms and everything else the rest of the way. Liguria is where I'm kind of debating what building I want to put there. So, yeah. Well, I mean, in Liguria, I wonder, I mean, it'd take forever, but I could switch the infantry compound over here and put the cavalry compound there, and then we probably could handle the negative public order in Liguria. So, I mean, that's a thought. I'll kind of think through that one. Not a whole lot that I want to do over here right now. Africa is in good shape. Carthagenesis. Let's see, we're at 19 public order here, which is very, very stable. And our food surplus is enough to handle that, especially if we run an upgrade over here on the sheep pens. And we should be able to handle one of the upgrades here on the wheat fields as well. So we'll do that. Narbonensis. Narbo. So we're plus 140 on the food. I'm kind of waiting to put in a wine a wine market there as well. Leptis is in pretty good shape. We got stuff upgraded here pretty quickly. It's got plenty of food. Just kind of waiting for the public order to stabilize over here. And a lot of that's probably due to religion. Let's see. Biatica. Let's see. Biatica. I mean, there's no reason not to upgrade this. I've got the culture buildings here, so we probably want to upgrade this to the Serpium, or however you pronounce that. I think that would be the way to go, and my food does support that upgrade. So, yeah, should be good. We could actually turn this into a food market to help this province out a little bit. But what's my public order? It's very good. So, like, if I swap this over into a food market, sanitation and public order should all be stable. And then that gives me a little bit more food to work with for upgrades in that province. Later on, we won't need it, and I can switch it to a wine market probably. Let's see, Magna Graecia. We need to repair Syracuse from where the Visigoths had been there. And we have a building available to us here in Magna Graecia. And I'm thinking about just putting in something down the Forum chain. Yeah, thinking the Forum chain. So let's go ahead and put that in. Occidentalis. We're finally kind of like experiencing some good positive public order over here, but it's mostly because of this altar of D Superi. Plebes need wine. Wine for Sextus. Yeah. Yes, wine is OP. That's correct. So you in the chat, you know what I'm getting at there, right? It'll make the whole empire happy. Thinking, let's put this into fishing jetty. Got the circus. And I think I'm going to do that. Wheat farms. Okay, so I've used up most of my money, so I'm good where I'm at. Let's go ahead and end the turn so that we can get a little bit closer to those Herculane Senoras. I'm going to be checking the chat here for a minute during the turn end. Well, the Abdonians are asking me for peace. That's kind of pointless because I'm about to hunt them down once and for all. Air read my comment. I read as many comments as I can. It is kind of hard to read comments while you're playing, but yeah, someone's asking, am I using mods? Jamie, yes, I'm using mods. Quite a few of them, actually. So, using the mods basically to make the game a little more my style. So, it's adjusting small things that, to me, make it fun. So, it looks like the reinforcing army at Shall Not Pass, once again, makes itself ever present. Wine and dead Huns equal happy air. That is definitely true. Great comment. Let's see. Someone's saying to call my my viewers like servants of Carthage. I can't call that. You're my viewers. You're free to view me, and you're free to be here. So I'm not going to call you anything that makes you seem subjugated. Long live Sextus. That's right. Is Sextus in the chat today? Sextus, you out there? My army in Mediolanum's in forced march. Thanks, Martin. I'll take care of that. Who are you going to strike next? I'm kind of thinking about... that. I don't really know. I need something to do, though, with my troops. I've kind of been locked in one spot for too long. I've got 2 armies in Sicily that could try and go work together to retake some of the Balkans, maybe. The Balkans are not going to be particularly fertile, but we'll see what we can do over there. All right, it's saving the game here. No mercy for the Huns. Trust me, there will not be any. Yeah, after I finish the Abdonians and Picts, I mean, it would be kind of fun to retake the Balkans. Illyria and Greece and Peloponnese, like all that stuff there. Let's see, the matter of state, the hostage. Let's see who this hostage is. My dominion's actually quite good these days. Oh, whoops. Let's go back over here. So a boy has taken a hostage at an early age and adopted our way of life. Let's see. Let's accept him. See what happens. All right, so as far as these characters, first let's switch back over here. I don't have anybody in a military office right now. And typically I've been putting Sextus in this it's the Supreme Commander because he gets plus 10 melee attack. And that's pretty awesome, but it also is going to eat up a bunch of his influence, and he's not going to have influence because he has to keep winning battles to gain it. So I might take it easy on Sextus for the moment. Let's see which of these guys that I'd like to reduce some of their influence. So like this guy can use up 36 of his influence by putting him in there. Same thing with this guy. I can use up 34 influence by putting him in there. 40. So basically this just becomes a way for you to control the influence of some of these characters over here to make sure that they don't get out of hand. So by putting all these guys in here, I can reduce their influence by quite a lot, which makes my dominion better. So there we go. Just get some of those guys assigned to those offices so that I'm getting some of the bonuses. Once Sextus is back in a position to start hitting a bunch of combat again, I will probably put him back in one of those high offices. Secure loyalty, seek wife. There is no arranged marriage available for this guy, so let's tell him to seek a wife. Everybody else married. Yeah, just want to make sure everybody else is being a productive family member here. So there we go. Got those things taken care of. I think my infantry compound is complete. It is. So this army has Legio Comitatenses. I want to see how long it takes to train the Herculani Signoras. There's a bunch of different Signoras units that are available to me because of one of the mods that I'm using. Mauritania Lives Matter. Yes, Appius died, unfortunately. I got him killed. It was a stupid mistake on my part. Wow, these guys have even more armor and a little bit more attack than the Herculani, so these Heruli Signores. Let's see. There's a bunch of different ones. Celte Signores. Invicti. They also have the 37. Missile damage 80. So some of these guys have 80 missile damage, like the Herculani Signores. Let's see what else. See what else we got here. Cornuti Signores. So these are the Elite Palatina that I'm already using. All right, so I think that, and we have these. Oh, sweet. We've got other spear units and stuff that we can get to. But I think when I finish this research in like another 2 turns, these Leones Signores turn into Carnute Signores, which is going to be awesome. I'm thinking the ones I'm going to get are these Heruli Signores. I'm going to get these guys. They seem like the best. They're a little bit more expensive to recruit, and they take 2 turns to recruit. So I'm not going to disband all my guys at once. I'm just going to disband 4 at a time. So we'll start training these guys up in my army, and you'll notice that their health is 150, as opposed to, say, a pretty good 132 on the Legio Comitatenses, and the pretty poor 99 on these Elite Palatina. I'm going to move up this other army to help support here while I'm recruiting the new troops, though it does look like the Alamans kind of have my flank covered. So there we go. We can start getting these guys. And what cavalry? They're in forced march, and that's right. Someone told me about this. We need to take them out. And let's see what kind of cavalry we have options to. We got Scolae Palatinae, which would be very, very good cavalry based on what I've normally had here. Very good attack versus cavalry. Decent health, 239. I mean, there's not really a Roman unit that has any better health other than this Equites Prima Gallia. I got that heavy onager here now, too. I think that I'm thinking about replacing these Cataphractari with the... Let's see, their armor is only 27. The Scola have 27 armor. So I think I'm going to replace these guys too. What's the upkeep difference? It's actually cheaper. So there we go. Let's go ahead and start training in some of these more elite troops. Who's taking the hobbits to Isengard? That should be me. I need to play some more. I need to play some more of that mod. It's fantastic. Okay, let's see. So we've got the cattle pens on both of these. And his food's at a massive minus 126 right now in this province. This is a military jetty. If I swap that to a fishing jetty, that will help a lot. And then I'm working on a food market here too. So we should stabilize the food situation there pretty quick, which will help turn up a little more income for me as well. That Pictish army has run all the way back up here to the snowy north, so Sextus is going to have to chase them. course, we could always just take Sextus and move him to an army in Italy so he doesn't have to march all the way back. And we could rename whatever army that he's with there. So I'm hunting down this Pictish army here. I'm just going to auto-resolve this one, even though they had a decent little stack there. I don't want to take up more time with this Abdani army. I'm actually going to take on captives there so that my retraining is faster. And now we have gotten rid of that Abdani stack. Are there more? I think the Abdani are destroyed because it popped up a message here. Faction destroyed. Good. The Abdanians are gone once and for all. There are some rebels here that might need the attention of Sextus. I'm actually thinking about just waiting till the next turn until they're at full stack and then destroying them. They're already taking winter attrition, so they're going to be weakened up. These picks just put to sea trying to escape. So I'm going to actually take this fleet and run up here and chase them. And I also want to use this other fleet to try and pin these picks from getting out to sea and trying to run away from Sextus. Thinking about using this army. Maybe if we use this army to attack these rebels. Yeah, maybe we can go ahead and get rid of these rebels on this turn. That would be preferable. So I should get both my armies reinforcing here. Okay. Even though I don't, for some reason. Sextus must be just slightly too far away. I mean, it looks like I can still win this pretty easy, so... Of course, it didn't really give me much of a victory there, but we'll be all right. We hunger for battle. I guess Sextus acted like he was going to reinforce and then decided not to. Commander. So, but that should fix most of the problems that we've been having here with. Let's see. There's one more Pictish stack right there. Let's use Sextus to chase them down. I want to get rid of these guys entirely, and possibly on the next turn or two we'll be able to do so. Right now they're making more stacks is how they're getting some of these. And we're going to need someone to take out the Caledonian stack that's raiding down near Londinium. All right. And I'm actually thinking I'll go ahead and send Sextus that direction. We'll leave the mop-up duties up here to this other general. All right. This army should be free for mop-up duty soon as well. Public order here is going to be in really... it'll be in perfectly good shape. Fishing jetties are good. Need to keep tearing down these buildings that I can't do anything with. Yeah, Londinium could rebel because of what was going on down here, though I'm not really sure. Let's get this priest deployed, and it should slow down the speed at which Londinium is suffering. Because we've got, let's see, Britannia Inferior here. Go ahead and put in another. Let's upgrade the cattle herd. And we've got a whole bunch of cultural wealth here. We've also got some from cultural buildings as well. I think I'm going to hit the Serapeum here. There we go. So a lot of these upgrades should help. We've got enough food right now also to upgrade those towns. So there we've spent the majority of our money. We've got some retraining going on. I'm trying to think. We need to chase down the Visigoths over here. Commander. To victory! Can you not just encircle a fort? That's kind of annoying. Alright, retreat just slightly. So the Visigoths have gone into a fortification as their last means of defense. And if I attack them now, I'll have both these armies. And they fled. How did they flee through my army there? You see, there's such weird stuff with the area of influence. Like, there's no way that they should have been able to flee through my army, because my army could have intercepted them, but 'tis the somewhat screwed up nature of Attila. I'm auto-resolving a lot of these battles right now just because I want to get a little further in this campaign episode. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these guys. I'm going to take on the warriors just to make some use of the Visigoth. I'm thinking about letting maybe the first stack that gets Herculani Senoras or whatever Senoras like all ready will be the right one for Sextus to take over. And I'll have to let Sextus rename it as well. I'm going to head back out of Sicily. Everything should be all clear there. Everything's clear in Tripolitania. We're turning public order here, though. It's not the best. Paganism is quickly growing. And in terms of public order, let's see. Taxes are the big cause of it. Taxes and difficulty level. There's not much I can do about those. I've done a ton of different upgrades. This Imperial Library is pretty sweet, too. We could always turn it into something that gives me more public order if needed. But it's partly because I've got these fishing wharfs and everything just highly upgraded. But yeah, public order +3. This other one does growth, which we don't need. I mean, the public order is what it is there for now. It'll just have to hold on. I'm going to use this fleet and kind of just come up here and keep the Adriatic safe for now. Look at the Huns down here right outside of Thessalonica. And up here to the north, there's some Hunnic agents that probably need dealt with. I don't want this priest spreading Tingrism or whatever it is around here. So we got rid of that Hunnic agent temporarily. And I think we are ready to end another turn. But yeah, let's kind of think about how we want to initiate taking over the Balkans. Probably want to start in Corinth and work our way north. That way we kind of have our back against the wall in at least one or two places. Looks like this is a Visigoth settlement over here at Ephesus. So they might be easy to get rid of as well. And I can actually train another fleet. And it probably wouldn't hurt to start training a fleet. I did switch that to a fishing jetty. It seemed like somewhere I had another military jetty. But I do not. Yeah. I can probably still train decentish ships without a military jetty, but I don't know. I probably do want to flip that back over. It's 50 food. We had enough food in this province, though. I mean, whenever the climate change comes, it is going to be a problem. I could just switch the sheep pen and sacrifice a little bit of money for more food. Let's do that, and then I'm going to convert this back over to the military jetty, but I don't have enough money on this turn. But I kind of want the military jetty done first, so let's go ahead and convert it, and then I'll flip the farm over. All right. Let's check out some of the upgrades here. Destroy the Sassanids. Man, it would be fun to go fight the Sassanids. Surround the Greek peninsula with navies. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I think I would kind of need to do. Looking at the chat there for Pavo, this guy's got a bunch of upgrades. So I'm just kind of, looks like I'm just spreading everything out across him. This priest. Compromise command. I'm going to do Preach Doom and Preach Intolerance. And then Marcellus has some upgrades here as well. We could give him extra replenishment. Recruitment cost drops. There we go. Now I think we're ready to end the turn. Still got just a couple of things. No more temples to Isis. It's not the same Isis. Caledonians came back onto shore in Britannia. We definitely need to destroy them. Visigoths are just kind of all over the place. And these people in Greece, for the most part, are somewhat friendly to me right now, though it looks like the Visigoths have control of Thessalonica. And we're going to need several armies to pull this off. So the question is whether or not I want to leave an army in Britannia. And I think the answer is no. it's kind of risky to not leave one there, but it's going to be fairly well defended. And if we take out, say, like the Geats and some of the other people, the Navy should be sufficient to defend Britannia, and then that will free up armies for the job of holding, basically, the Balkans. The Gepids have a priest down there who needs assassinated too, even though I'm not at war with them. I don't want their priest running around spreading the religious influence. See what happens here. Military port in Ravenna. Yeah, I did. I think I switched. Or there is a military port in Ravenna. Did I miss that? Probably did. That would not surprise me. Let's go check. That would not surprise me. So I'm going to do the political favors because it just takes more influence from these guys. This guy, it takes away a cunning, but it gives him extra personal influence, so we'll allow the marriage to take place. Okay. So we got all that taken care of. Let's, someone said there was a military port. Yeah, sure enough. Military jetty. That was stupid. Alright, there we go. So I get to keep my fishing jetty. Appreciate that in the comments. Huns are in New China? What? I can't understand that comment. Did the Huns do something? Rename one army into the 501st Clone Legion. I like that. Oh man, it makes me wish that the most recent Battlefront had actually been good. Man, that would have been great. Would have been so great. So if I have one fleet here to help just kind of protect this upper portion of the northern portion of the Adriatic, and then if I raise forces, I just need some Joe Schmo here. This guy will do. Raise a fleet. Should we upgrade this military jetty? I think we should. This military wharf. See if it gives me unlocks recruitment of Bombard Liburnian, heavy warship with Marines, and Marauder, Ballista Marines, yes. Or Ballistari Marines, I think is what it was. No, Ballista Marines. I don't know, we'll give it a shot. So, definitely worth taking a look at. Gonna get my first Herculani Senors. And with this army here to protect them, that's good. One more turn, we get our cavalry there. We'll get this fleet raised up so that we have more help. And let's see, all of this, so this should be Gortyna, Rhodes, and Constantia. I don't want to touch that province yet because the Palmyrines own one of them. Really want to focus on Corinth. So if we hit Corinth and then move up, let's see, so Thessalonica, yeah. However you say that, Diarrheachium or whatever it is. So we'll take Corinth, Thessalonica, and this city here. So that'll be our first full province, and it should be fairly defensible, and then we can try and push north and eventually get a shot at Constantinople. So I'm thinking that's going to be the right way to go at the moment.
I am a shadow.
I'm sure you are a shadow. Let's see if we can assassinate this priest here. Good. Got two and to assassinate. Let's do the extort, I guess. Okay. And let's put this agent back in to support the army. Let's head up here to Britannia. Ablana is in extremely good shape in terms of public order, so I'm going to move this army over. And I'm going to go ahead and start marching down here to take care of the Caledonians as quickly as I can. So we should be able to get them on the next turn. And let's see, we've got the cattle pens there. Cattle pens, wheat fields. Public order is starting to improve up here as well. I think that we can basically trap these Geats here. Or Picts, sorry. I'm getting my barbarians confused. Okay, so I'm waiting for the autosave to come through. We're going to destroy this small Pictish transport fleet. I'm hoping we can extinct the Picts on the next turn. Okay, there we go. The Goths just need a hug. They do. They need a hug from my 50 damage swords. We're definitely going to need to get these navies ready to head over, and I'm kind of thinking about putting a military jetty in one of these provinces here if I have enough food, which it looks like I do by a long shot. So this jetty right here, no, that's over at Saguntium. Camelodunum would be the right place for it. And Camelodunum's already the place that's kind of hurting from food, unfortunately. But, I mean, it's honestly where I need to put it, so I'm going to actually leave that military jetty and upgrade it to the military wharf so that I can get heavy ships for taking out the Geats. And we'll just deal with the food shortage in this province for the time being. I've got these other three buildings being worked on that may help. And eventually we could put a food market in. So one way or the other, it would work itself out at some point. I'm going to bring this agent back over to support the army of Sextus. And this agent here is not really needed up in this area. Thinking about just having this agent leave Britannia. Yeah, so we've still got perfectly good public order up here. We need to keep tearing down this stuff so we can rebuild it to what we want. Okay, should be good. Got the fishing jetties at Eblana. Alright, yeah. I think we're in good shape up here. And yeah, we need to go ahead and probably get through another turn in so I can start training more troops. I need to have a good battle here. And I don't suppose I have to upgrade all my troops to Herculani Seniores before I go to war, but I probably should. That's just going to take a long time. But I mean, it would probably be worth my while to get this navy built and just get all that stuff taken care of. I'm gonna how long before we complete the military upgrade here? 6 turns. Yeah, I mean, it might not hurt to just go ahead and recruit some of these assault librarians. Might as well get a few of those in. Let's go ahead and end the turn. What's going on in the chat over here? You all doing all right? Yeah, I know I do want to battle, Justin. I just not sure where that battle's going to be just yet. I auto-resolved probably one too many. But I've been trying to make some progress here because I'm kind of in that situation where, oh, actually our battle will probably be right there against the Caledonians, come to think of it. So we'll probably attack the Caledonians. This transport fleet of Visigoths kind of keeps trying to evade me. I'd like to catch it as well. If you want to know what mods I have, Jamie, go check out episode 1. I have them all listed there. Episode 1 in this campaign has all the mods listed, and then you can find them in the Steam Workshop. So all of them are Steam Workshop mods that are available to everybody who owns the game. And they're very, very easy to install, because all you have to do is subscribe to it in the Steam Workshop. So not using anything that requires any special installations or anything like that. I killed a Swaby agent? Yeah, I probably did, didn't I? I don't know. Sometimes I get their crap confused with the Huns. Kill the Saxons and Geats working past Gaul to their settlements. Yes, I could go up and kill the Saxons and Geats that way via land. The Saxons do need to be taken out. That's a good reminder. Those Huns are kind of giving the Swabians some real trouble. Yeah, and killing Hun stacks is fun, but until Attila comes and you actually kill all of them, they just keep coming back. So that's a point that someone's made that's a very good point.
Our struggle will end badly and with little honor for anyone.
Swaby Lives Matter are now getting mad at me. That's hilarious. Yeah, I killed a Swaby agent. I wasn't paying attention. I would say mistakes are made, but it wasn't really a mistake. I just wasn't paying attention. Make Constantinople great again. Trust me, we will. Like, we will. I do want to get to Constantinople. That's why I'm kind of thinking about invading the Balkans. And then that would also give me control of like a major crossing point from the east, which would allow me to basically have like an indomitable fortress, basically, with the Theodosian walls and everything there. It should be very, very good in terms of us. Let's see. The Saxons have been destroyed. Fantastic. Disease spreads at Brigantium. Well, that'll happen. That will happen. We could probably go ahead and run this upgrade here. Just get a little extra sanitation to make sure we don't get diseased again. So good. The Saxons are gone. That's beautiful. Which means that, again, the Geats are our only worry over here. And I would make peace with them, but obviously they're not to be trusted. Now let's get the battle into this episode. We need to come down here and pace the Caledonians. What are the Swabians doing up here?
Commander. Wipe them out. Kill the coward.
All right. So we're going to hit the Caledonian army here. Their army's not much. So should be able to easily destroy them. I have my garrison army here that comes in too. So this ought to really be a pretty easy destruction. Yeah, I know it's not England. I said England. I'm used to calling it England. Britannia. I got it. Saxons greater than Appius. Rip ERE. Did the Eastern Empire die? Because if they did, I want to go take Egypt. Yes, I need to chase the Picts down in Scotland as well, or whatever they're calling that up there. Saxons didn't do nothing. They attacked the crap out of me earlier, and they were also attacking the Suevi. They did plenty. Those guys earned what they got. This battle will be boring. Well, there's going to be a lot of battles that are going to be boring, but it's either this or no battle at this point, because I don't know what other battle I'm going to be able to get started in this episode, because I'm about to have to finish it up soon. I'm actually going to put these guys out on the flank like we've done before. That way they're closer to actually being useful. This is Marcellus. Just making sure that I didn't have Sextus in this battle, because if I did, I was actually going to be careful. But with Marcellus, he is a pretty decent general, and I'd prefer not to get him killed, though I'm not going to be quite so guarded about it. What are you doing? Alt. Let's get all my guys forward. I'm going to start moving forward. I should have reinforcements. There they come.
Our reinforcements enter the fray.
I'm going to actually run my infantry and missiles. And then all my reinforcements down here are coming on to the battlefield. When you hear that Air will finish the video soon. Yeah, I do have to finish this soon. I have other stuff to do today. Like I said, I wish I could stream every day and do more of this kind of stuff. I really enjoy streaming. It's fun. Burn the Sassanids. Yeah, I trust me. I do want to burn the Sassanids a lot. Okay, someone wants me to do Apache YOLO. We can do that, if that'll make this more interesting for you all. You all want me to YOLO all my heavy cavalry right into their face? Except for my general, of course. I can do this. And I have a bunch of scout cavalry that can join the YOLO. Actually, we could use the scout cavalry for the head-on YOLO. And use the heavy cavalry for, like, kind of the finish. I can cav YOLO. If that makes it more interesting. Longer episode. This one's an hour long, Garrett. I can't make it any longer. Allie's asking about Ally or whatever it is. Vlogs. What would I make on a vlog? Like, so, it doesn't seem like there would be that much interest in it. I mean, I'm not sure. Polo. Yes, this is going to be like a polo match. We're just using the Caledonians' heads rather than some form of ball. And, yeah. Apache YOLO. That's right. YOLO. Inbound, just for you all, because I like you that much. Don't do anything else today, only Attila. Well, that, I don't know. I don't think Mrs. Air would appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not forgetting that I'm playing this on Legendary there, Brian. This YOLO will be very damaging to my own men. Understood. Okay, all my cavalry is just about in place. So I can go ahead and start running my infantry forward for follow-up. And I'm going to move my crossbows up for follow-up. Just going to give a walk order there. So I'll use my scout equites because they're just a garrison force. I'll use them to kind of tie down the main force and try and swing around with all my heavy Gallic cavalry, and then my infantry will be there for follow-up. So here comes the YOLO, people.
Look, they're hidden units.
This YOLO will probably be slightly less than effective because it's uphill into a forest. But again, these scout equites are complete throwaway units for me because they're garrison units and they'll come back for free. And I have infantry that's coming up behind. I like how those cavalry raiders are probably going to defeat my scout equites, but that kind of makes sense just due to the lay of the land. Okay, so I got my heavy cavalry coming around. It's right about time for my infantry to enter the fray. I'm going to charge into some of these units back here. This javelin cavalry back here is really mincing up my heavy cavalry. Ooh, that's just a Nordic brigand. Fortunately, I was wondering if that was a Moormeyer cavalry. That was going to be very, very bad if it was.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Yeah, it's already turning in my favor, so this does not surprise me. Let's actually try and get over here to this fight. Let's get some infantry support up here. Yeah, my Equites Prima Gallia just smashed their general. Yep, so the Cav YOLO, baby. YOLO all the way. Let's attack these javelins. Yeah, this YOLO definitely worked. Some of my Equites Prima Gallia just absolutely smashed the enemy resistance here. Let's try and get a close-up just real quick because this battle's about to be over. So yeah, I can see the full YOLO effect here. So the Caledonians definitely took some YOLO. I'm gonna bring some cavalry in here to help run these guys down. Let you see some of the action. I think all my crossbows are on fire at will. I'll turn them off fire at will there. But yeah, check it out. This is the way I like my Caledonians, fleeing in terror while being slaughtered. I'm going to just start chasing down a bunch of their fleeing troops with the cavalry, and we'll kind of use this as one of the ways to end. Do you all have any questions for me before the end of the stream here? It's coming up at 9:30 my time. So, leftover Caledonians to build the wall. We could build the wall out of their corpses. Here comes my cavalry running up the hill. This game really does have pretty graphics. It's just unfortunate that it was never really optimized and wasn't 64-bit, and a bunch of the other things that would have made it a lot smoother, made it look a lot better. Yeah, we'll watch my horsemen run down the remaining Caledonians. The cinematic view is the K button, by the way. 7.8 out of 10, too much slaughter. I don't know if it was enough slaughter, honestly. I kind of felt like this episode was a little low on slaughter. Yeah, there's probably a bunch of other fleeing troops somewhere, but let's go ahead and quit the battle. So, Cav YOLO for the win. And we shouldn't lose any of the units that are in my regular army. We'll just lose some of the garrison units, which is not a big deal. Finish the ERE, be true to the Roman part of me has thought about betraying the ERE because they're just kind of in my way, and I want Egypt. I need it as like a strategic outpost to help me against the Sassanids. So yes, trust me, I've definitely considered it. Constantinople Fried Caledonians, CFC. That's right. That's right. That's the best kind of Caledonians. I like that comment a lot. Campaign map filters? What is it? What do you... I can't tell what you want me to do with the campaign map filters. That comment didn't quite make sense to me. 10 out of 10 best battle. It was kind of just a straight YOLO, but maybe you all like the YOLO. We can do more Cav YOLO in the future. Maybe I should make one of my armies like a support army. Like get one army that's just like a giant stack of Herculani Senoras and then another army right behind it that's just like nothing but cavalry. No, Attila is definitely not 64-bit, unfortunately, B. Vargas. So yeah, it is definitely a 32-bit game. That's one of the reasons why it seems to struggle, because it can only run on a single thread. That was actually part of the reason why I overclocked my processor. Since it runs on a single thread, it actually gave me a pretty good boost to overclock the processor. Die, Pix! They're going to be able to escape the, well, they'll escape that one, but they won't escape this next attack. These guys can be upgraded to Skull Edge and Teles. I wonder if they're any better. So it gives me a bigger charge bonus, a little more armor, but it drops them to light. Actually, I think it's... I'm not sure the Skull Edge and Teles are a lot better. It does boost their speed. It boosts their morale. It's going to drop their health, increase their armor, drop their melee defense considerably. Attack stays the same, melee damage stays the same, charge would be slightly improved. Yeah, I'm not sure that I really want the Skull Edge and Teles. I'm not really sure how they're an upgrade. So I'm just going to hold off on that. And, yeah, we're going to, I guess, auto-resolve these guys out too, because there's, well, this is the end of the picks, isn't it? Okay, the picks deserve to die in person since it's the end of their faction. What start faction will I play in Warhammer? That's a good question. I don't know yet. I'm kind of leaning towards the Empire. Really like the Empire so far. I've played Warhammer at a few events with CA, and I like how they're kind of a nice balanced faction. You get a little bit of everything, and their Pistolier cavalry is absolutely awesome. It's kind of like the Spanish gun cav in Medieval 2. Except better. The Holy Roman gun cav, the Riders or whatever they were called, except better. So I really am liking those a lot. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need to worry about this too much, because I am going to... Okay, this is also not Sextus, so again, a death of the general. Making sure that it's not him. We do need to go ahead and relocate Sextus. I'll probably get an army with all Herculani Senoras, and then we'll go ahead and assign Sextus to that army so that he has the best. Will I be in the UK for Warhammer release? I have not been asked to be in the UK for Warhammer release. So at this point, my answer would be no. I'm not sure that... I would be able to travel anywhere for the release of Warhammer. I would have to wait and see whether or not I get invited to do such a thing. And the reason I say that is just because my work schedule coming up is just way too busy. So I don't see... Plus, I have to use vacation days to go do it. And I don't like taking away vacation days from my family too often for me to go play a video game. But yeah, I mean, I do try to get you all... footage and stuff as I can. Okay, AI is moving up here. I'm going to move up my Matiari. I'm going to go into a testudo here with my infantry to try and avoid some of the missile storm. We'll let the enemy javelins kind of come up. Their cavalry is probably going to YOLO into my Matiari, which actually makes me want to take these guys out of testudo so that I can return fire their javelins as well. And then we got my crossbows over here too. I'm going to switch to flaming. And all my cavalry is now up on the flanks. So I'm going to let my Matiari kind of eat the brunt of this charge. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move my infantry forward. Push 2. My Matiari actually defeated those guys in melee. That's hilarious. Let's actually move these crossbows up a little bit closer so I can bring my Cav YOLO in. Okay, I'm going to push my cavalry in to kind of close the snare here. There's more skirmishers that are trying to escape. I'm going to use my Comez to hunt that one down. Okay, so the Picts. Let's watch the Picts die up close. So here's what few men remain of the Picts. They're being surrounded and destroyed. I think one of them is a Celtic noble of sorts there. I'm going to take all my missiles off fire at will right now. But yeah, you can see my Comez general out here too, just absolutely smashing one of their skirmisher units that they've caught. Though they fight with spears. That's not bad. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to be the end of the stream as my guys hunting down the Pictish fools. I think this will be the destruction of their faction. And my general is participating in person, which I like. I think he's the dude on the white horse there. No, there's a couple other white horses in the unit, so maybe not. But yeah, there you go. That's the scene. Let's quit this battle. And it is time for me to end the stream. I appreciate you all joining the stream. And those Matiari sacrificed for Rome. Hopefully I don't lose the unit, but I mean we can always retrain something else there, not the end of the world. But it allowed all my infantry to throw their javelins and just completely decimate the Picts there. Go ahead and take on the warriors. Really, they got to flee twice in the same turn. That's pretty irritating. These guys have really gotten a lot of movement points here, but I can still catch them, fortunately. So there we go. Now we'll have the official end of the Picts with a kick to the nuts and a stab in the shoulder. Such a weird animation that got put in the game, but hey, whatever. And we're going to kill whatever captives remain of the Picts. That should be the end of the Picts as well. So I think that we just put the stake in the heart of the Caledonians and the Picts. Traits gained, battle reports, war, wavering loyalty, demolition, factions destroyed. Here it is. So Caledonians are gone and the Picts are gone. So the Saxons, the Caledonians, and the Picts all die in the same turn. Anyway, like I said, hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you all on the next live stream or in the next video. Probably the next video will come first. See you then.